Look who's here on Raw!
Yeah, Michael!
It's Bayley!
Give me a hug, man!
No!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from San Jose, California, Bayley!
You guys ready for the best part? It's a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing Bayley buddies on Raw! It's just an infectious feeling when Bayley comes to town. When Bayley competes, everybody's feeling hug life, except Corey.
Here comes the Queen!
And her opponent, from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair!
Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at one of the reasons that the women's revolution has become the women's evolution. First ever women's Hell in a Cell match against Sasha Banks. An amazing Iron Man match as well. Charlotte has accomplished it all in such a short period of time. Multi-time champion, history maker, record setter, legend.
Once Bayley was signed to Monday Night Raw, she renewed a rivalry with former friend and foe Charlotte Flair. During their days in NXT, they were part of the famous Four Horsewomen, a group who helped revolutionize women's wrestling. Once the Hugger came to Raw in 2016, the battle was on.
Bayley and Charlotte Flair know each other so well thanks to their days together in NXT. Charlotte was determined to show Bayley that things were going to change now that the Hugger was in the big time on Monday Night Raw.
I'll give Bayley this. Whether it was on Monday Night Raw or 2017 special events like the Royal Rumble and Fastlane, Bayley showed Charlotte that she was up for the challenge. But if I know the Queen, Bayley better watch her back.
You gotta believe this one's over. Within 5 years of her first match at NXT, Charlotte has a list of big matches that would already qualify her as a Hall of Famer, and the list just keeps growing.
Good night. What a stunner.
Charlotte is going up.
Michael, Charlotte's big match resume is amazing. She won the first ever WWE Women's Iron Man match, the first ever Raw Women's Championship match, and the first ever Women's Hell in a Cell match.
She main evented Hell in a Cell, Byron. Don't you forget that. If she wasn't SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte would have entered the first ever Women's Royal Rumble, and you can bet she would have won that too.
Rough landing.
Now it's Bayley on her heels, but you can bet there's still plenty of gas left in her tank.
You know, she's the kind of competitor that actually likes getting hit. It motivates her. And this might just be what she needs to put her over the top, believe it or not.
With an endearing personality and affectionate demeanor, Bayley can appear to be a pushover, but that might be exactly what she wants you to think.
Well, both sides of that coin are true. I would be very accepting of a Bayley hug outside of competition, but I would do all I can to avoid one in a match.
Picking up Byron's wishful thinking of actually getting a hug from Bayley, it's true that in the confines of a match, Bayley's loving hug soon turns into a devastating Bayley to belly.
I'm usually against Bayley's hug.
The shoulders are down. When she gets in attack mode, Look out. Charlotte's in a bind.
Queen needs to figure this out fast.
Now we can see Charlotte. She's hurting a little.
This is not a good sign. She's going to need to find a way to mount an offense here.
Pump the brakes a bit, Cole. I know exactly what you're thinking, and I can tell you with all certainty, she still has plenty of gas left in the tank.
Corey, we know Bayley can be a threat in the women's division, but her game isn't without its flaws. Charlotte, big move coming. Ooh, what impact. Not so fast. That smart observation Corey made.
Charlotte is getting ready here.
Charlotte with the spear.
Incredible.
Charlotte is measuring. Kick right to the midsection.
I think we know what's coming up next, Michael.
Indeed we do.
Natural selection. This might be it, guys.
Charlotte has been the centerpiece of so many WWE milestones, but her match at Hell in a Cell 2016 was her biggest triumph ever.
Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks had so many epic encounters already, but their Raw Women's Championship match that night warranted a main event Hell in a Cell match.
Swinging neckbreaker connects. Byron, that Hell in a Cell match was the first time women main evented a WWE pay-per-view, and both ladies brought their very best to the cell that night.
Corey, I know Charlotte and Sasha took immense pride from headlining that show, but when all said and done, Charlotte is the one we'll forever remember as the winner.
Beautiful technique.
And she goes down hard.
That'll leave a mark. What are we gonna see here? Charlotte may have it harder than any other second-generation star. Upholding a family's legacy is tough, but when your dad is Ric Flair, that's even more hype.
And she turns it around on her.
Charlotte with a nice reversal.
Air whip.
And here comes Charlotte.
Charlotte's pressure as the daughter of Ric Flair is immense, but she shouldered it and forged ahead with a career that might eventually eclipse the Nature Boys.
And we've seen talented superstars.
Setting up for it.
Perch in the corner.
Spear! This one's over, guys.
I assure you, you cannot miss a moment of Raw. You never know what'll happen next.
Kick right to the midsection.
I think we know what's coming up next, Michael.
Indeed we do.
Natural selection. Oh, man, Bayley's gonna need a hug after that.
Charlotte is rolling now.
I spoke with Bayley earlier tonight, and she told me she's...
Yeah!